We have somebody that is calling out another U.S. Air Force member, as it looks like she took to social media only several months ago, but it finally comes to a conclusion which isn't what many people were asking for, as it seems like she came correct. We are talking about the Instagram account of Casey Suchanek, I think is how you say it. Now, when the official first one came out, it had 6.7 million views as of today and went viral, and there were news stories everywhere covering her story, kind of going in depth and shining a light on some of the issues that the military faces in regards to member-on-member crime, specifically SA. I don't want to put it in here, but SE to the X assault. So,
my name is Staff Sergeant Casey Suchanek, and today marks 8 months since I've been raped. I've absolutely had it, and I am at my breaking point. I'm currently being failed by both the military and the criminal justice system in Duval County, Florida, the 4th Judicial Circuit, including Carrie Gaynor and Marley Gulliford, my prosecutors. I was raped by a fellow service member on October 11th, 2021, 3 weeks after arriving to my new unit. My best friend died 2 weeks later. I had never been in a lower place. I was sent to PTSD, depression, and anxiety treatment for 3 months, later to find out that this was just a CYA for the military in case I unalived myself. Upon my return to my unit, I was thrown back into work and expected to be 100% cured. Bullshit. I asked for an expedited transfer, and it was denied. The criminal justice system gave me an option of a simple battery charge and 10 months of probation from drinking alcohol against my rapist. They said that there wasn't enough evidence. After I had provided a rape kit, photos of my ripped out hair, bruises, my clothing, 3 witness statements, and a controlled phone call of 35 minutes with my rapist, apologizing and crying repeatedly and apologizing for the trauma that he had caused me. If there wasn't a rape, what trauma would there have been? The original charges against my rapist were 2 first-degree felonies for sexual battery. He raped me twice and beat the shit out of me and blamed it on being blackout drunk. I told the prosecutors that I did not accept the simple battery charge, so they told me that they were going to drop the case. A threat. I know that I'm not the only victim, and the military and criminal justice system fails millions of others just like me every single day. I have fucking had it, and something needs to be done. Something needs to be changed. I'm on a motherfucking warpath, and I will not stop. I will not rest until there is something done about this. Justice will be served, and I'm going to change something along the way. Rest in peace, Anthony Hauser. God bless your soul.
Now that TikTok is not going to be followed up with something that is a happy ending or a silver lining to the story. I know some of you guys may be caught up with that Marine that did have some kind of speculation as to why she went on this crying rampage on her TikTok, and it might be the same story. And actually, she had an OnlyFans account, which somebody leaked her nudes, but that was a whole debacle. However, this has been months of this going on, and typically someone in my position comes through and hears all of the dirty laundry as people are like, that person's actually lying or that person's not telling the truth. Not getting that from this. And it seems like she does have some credible evidence that most people would want. They would want a kit to show that they actually had DNA, which she says she does, apparently, according to her statements. Then she says she has proof through a phone call. She has other witness statements. She has the photos. You know, you look at these things and you're like, that sounds like there's a lot going on here that could justify this, but we know it gets messy. And that's because she's made a follow-on TikTok about this, as Duval County, I believe it is, has honestly failed her in this situation.
I just got done with a meeting with the state attorney here in Duval County. And they're not going to press any charges. I feel so failed. I truly have never been more outraged in my entire life than just now. I was pulled into a meeting with Mr. Adair and told no charges, nothing was gonna be pressed, even though he was arrested for 2 first-degree felonies for sexual battery. And he's still in the f***ing military. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know who to contact. I don't know how to keep this going. I have given them everything. I have given them everything I have, and it's still not enough. His DNA all over my body is not enough. My bruises weren't dark enough. The witness statements aren't in detail enough. The 35-minute controlled phone call, they take his word over mine, even though he apologizes for the trauma he caused me. So outraged. Duval County, 4th Judicial Circuit, Jacksonville, Florida.
Now, she has not stayed silent just with these TikToks. She's actually outed the person she has claimed that actually did these accounts that she's mentioning here. And I was surprised somebody would put them on blast, because this would honestly bring their leverage on a legal standpoint, in my opinion, looking at this situation, just sea lawyering. But she goes on to show this. And that is not the only thing that we're looking at here. She has honestly went on and said how you guys can help her out if they wanted to actually make this a statement, or make the social media sphere, make this movement a little bit bigger. And she says this.
I never expected myself to be back in this situation, fighting tooth and nail for the right thing, but I'm not going to stop, and I hope that you won't either. There is something small that you guys can do for me if you find enough time in your day. I'm going to green screen my case number and the 4th Judicial Circuit Duval County phone number. If you can give this phone number a call, give them my case number, and just explain your complete and utter disgust. If you share that same disgust and frustration as me, please do me this favor. Thank you.
So I have to look back at this situation and say, a lot of the doubters would say, what was happening to kind of give the full 360 degree, but we haven't seen anything from that. We haven't seen anything, as far as I've known, looking into this Air Force member as the accusations are being sent against them. And as somebody that likes to make sure that we have as much advocacy for people when it's appropriate, and you look at the situation, you're like, the DNA is there. If she says that was part of it, the phone conversation was there, the testimonials from people that were around that situation. You look at this and you're like, how could there not be a direct correlation with this? But I know it gets messy, and I just have to say, I believe also from other posts I've seen from her, she was also working with the Air Force to make change, and obviously has tried to use this leverage to impact change within the service. So as far as this situation goes, what do you think the military should do in order to account for these situations and make them right? Do you think it should be held at a third party? Do you think that the military is doing the best they can? Or what are your thoughts on this to make this better? As always, I'd like to know what you guys think. And if you guys like this subject or other subjects I've covered, please make sure you hit me up over on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. As always, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.